What's good? Let's get it. I want to talk about mental celibacy, roughly. Basically, in order to not, you know, give in to temptation, whether it be women or self-pleasure, you need to make sure your mind is also clean, I guess we should say. Because, right, if you're taking in the input and of, like, say Instagram, say you're taking in the input of half-naked women, fully naked women, blah, 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 or even having thoughts thinking about past sexual encounters, or even just anything along those lines, right? And you could think of many different types of mental stimulation or whatever. So if you work on that, if you work on refraining from giving in at the earliest stages, right? Because by the time you're like having sex or jerking, I don't know if I can say that, jerking off, it's already too late. Like you're already gone, you're already too far gone. And yeah, people can say, well, it's your brain telling you that, so just don't like, no one's forcing you to do it, so just don't do it. And like, yeah, that's good advice, I guess, but for a lot of people it's better to understand the reasons they get to that point in the first place. Because I was reading Corinthians something, but it was saying like, if you're like that passionate about sex or whatever, or no, it was like, I wish I could remember it, but saying like, yeah, everybody should like be like celibate basically, but if you can't, then like get married, right? If you have that passion or whatever for sex, if you can't withhold that from yourself, then yeah, then you should get married. And that's kind of to just illustrate the point that everybody's different, and I'm not a big fan of making excuses for people, but you could tell people just, oh, don't have sex, or oh, don't jerk off, and like they'll know they shouldn't do that or whatever, but that's not stopping them from doing it. But if you can kind of teach them the tips and the tricks, in my opinion, to prevent yourself from getting to that point where it's overwhelming, like the urge, the desire is overwhelming, then yeah, then you can win. Not that it's really like a win or lose situation for most people, but so I was reading an article or something, it was saying like 95%, over 90% of like our actions, our thoughts or whatever, like all that stuff are unconscious. So you don't even necessarily know you're gonna act that way or think that way or whatever, speak that way. But it's, I don't know, the buildup of all your conscious actions formulate kind of your unconscious, sort of, kind of. I'm not really explaining it as well as I should, but the point of the mental celibacy part is, if you want to change your, conscious actions, then you have to attack your unconscious actions, which kind of goes into the mental, because everything's mental. So, I mean, this is what the advice like I give people, like, it's all about cleaning your subconscious. They're different, but they're very similar. Clean your subconscious, clean your unconscious, and that's where you'll start to have, geez, bro, you'll start to see like the real effects, because it's only really being conscious is only so much you can do. The real work is done unconsciously. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace for the rest of your day.